Hello, hello, hello! Happy Valentine's Day! Yay! We did it! How are you doing today? How are you celebrating your love day? As you can see, I'm already on my Valentine's outfit, red and white. Oh, it's so good to be back here, honestly. So, I'm officially welcoming you back to Uchefied Clock. I said, welcome back to Uchefied Clock. It's not quarter past, though. It's not half past. It's not quarter to. It's not half minutes to. It's exactly Uchefied Clock sharp on the dot. Did you miss me? Oh, I've missed you too so much. Moving on. So, let me ask you, have you seen the movie Valentine's Betrayal Day? What? No, don't tell me you haven't seen that movie. Oh. No, what are you waiting for? And if you have seen the movie, what do you think about it? Valentine's Betrayal Day is a blast. You don't know what you're missing. Go on YouTube right now. Well, after the show, of course, and watch the production. It's now showing on Pen Ultimate Stories YouTube channel, as you can see on the screen. So, right after Uche 5 o'clock podcast, go to Pen Ultimate Stories channel and watch Valentine's Betrayal Day. You can also watch it on TikTok at Pen Ultimate Stories. Again, at Pen Ultimate Stories on TikTok. Plus other interesting and fantastic videos on that channel. I can bet you the last penny in my bank account that Valentine Betrayals Day is the best movie for this Valentine season. Do so right after this show and you would thank me later. I learned a lot from watching it and I know you will also learn too, especially married couples who refuse to stay faithful to their marriage or who are not doing enough to keep their marriage and their homes together. You will also see many other great videos on Pen Ultimate Stories channel that promise to glue you to your seat from start to finish. Uche can never lie to you. No, you know you're my best friends, don't you? Now that we got that out of the way, let's begin the show proper. Uche 5 o'clock. Today, in the spirit of Valentine, we'll be diving into the topic that resonates with the season. So, fasten your seatbelt and come with me. The question today is wait for it, wait for it. Do men and women see Valentine differently or in the same way? Who benefits most from Valentine's Day? Girlfriends, wives, boyfriends, or husbands? Who gains more? I mean, who gains and who also gives more to their partners, women or men? To dissect these issues with me are two great people. To my right is the delectable and beautiful lady, Jemima. Jemima, welcome to the show. Hi, Uchefied. Hello, everyone. I'm so glad to be here. Thanks for coming. To my left is the most handsome guy in Nigeria right now, the one and only Steve of our time. Oh, yeah, now, Steve, show yourself. Hello, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. But don't let your fight fool you. Me, fine, for where? I'm far from being the most handsome guy in town. I'm just me. The one yourself. So, before we continue, if you are enjoying this show, please don't just watch. Press the subscribe button, like, drop your comment in the comment section, and share. God bless you as you do so. Now, let's get right into the topic. I'll start from you, Jemima. You know now, ladies first. What does Valentine mean to you? Thanks, CJ. To me, Valentine means to show romantic gestures to your lover, especially as a guy. It's a time for rich guys, I mean responsible guys, of course, to take their babes out and spoil them silly with expensive gifts. Okay, what types of gifts? You know now. You know what ladies deserve. As guys, your girlfriends should be treated like queens. Buy them expensive cosmetics, designer wears, phones, chocolates, cakes, and whatever they want. You can even buy them cars. Nothing should be too much for a babe that you claim to love. What are you expecting from your man, Jemima? Tell us. I'm expecting nothing but the best from him. I've told him that I need to change my phone and my hair. He promised me something spectacular and I trust him. He dares not deliver. Really? What if he disappoints you and doesn't get you anything? What will you do? Then it's over between us, girlfriend. I'm changing him to the next available and responsible guy. He knows I'm the prize, and many guys, richer guys, are lining up to snatch me away from him in no time. No time to check time, my dear. Hmm. Hey, hey. All right, Jemima, thank you. Let me come to you, Steve. What does Valentine mean to you? Thank you, Uchefied. Valentine is to spread love all around, regardless of the people involved. Men, women, children, old people, young people, ugly, beautiful, just name it. There should be no social class or stratification in society. You can even visit charity homes and give them relief materials, foodstuff, and any gift at all. Wine and dine with them. Make them feel happy and feel belonged. You can even celebrate with your parents or siblings at all. It doesn't have to be only among lovers and married people. Anyone can lavish on anyone. Men can spend on women and vice versa. My woman can spend on me now. It's all about sharing and spreading love. Mm. So you can accept gifts from your woman? Sure, why not? Am I not somebody's sons too? That's true, that's true. So Jemima, do you agree with me? No? Why? Such an idea is very boring. If we all see Valentine that way, then everywhere will be dull and unappealing now. There are many special days set aside for humanitarian projects, such as what he described. For instance, the Christmas Day is there, the Children's Day is there, or even Easter. There are also Ramadan fasting festival periods and Eid al-Kabir days. Too many to mention. Lovers only have one day in a year to celebrate themselves. Why should they snatch that day from us? Who benefits most from Valentine's Day, men or women? Tell me, Jemima, who benefits most during Valentine? The men, of course. Oh, how? You men enjoy Valentine more because you have all the sex you want on that day from your girlfriends and even from other people's girlfriends. Really? Really? Yeah, many ladies lose their virginity on that day to random men and the good men. Although good men are scarce today, oh. You get sex from your wives if you are married, from your female platonic friends, from your neighbor's wives, your best friend's girlfriends, or even your wives. You then go ahead to have more sex in brothels if you are not satisfied. Some animals among you even sleep with underage girls, I mean minor, and then you lodge them in hotels. Go to hotels and guest houses today. Who pays most of the lodging bills? You men, of course. Women want to give you sex that day because it's a special day for them. Eh, all because the women are leeches who sell their bodies for money and cheap gifts. No, 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 you can't say that. You can't tell me that. Your gender pressurize us to sleep with you by all means. Most of you are even broke to pay us back for our good deeds. But but the women have choices to decline, Jemima, don't you think? Whether from a rich guy or a broke guy. Oh, oh, thank you. Excuse me, guys. Listen. There are some circumstances that you will find yourself in, and you will lose all senses of making the right choices. For instance, for instance, for instance, everyone is having their Valentine with their lovers, but you're left out because you're single. That one brother across the street who has been disturbing you for so long may come to your mind that moment. Then you would succumb to his advances just for that day. Or a poor widow or a poor single mother with children who needs money to feed her children. She may have a lot of admirers who would have promised that money for her children's school fees. That kind of a woman in that situation may be compelled to give in into one or two of them. That's Valentine's Day, don't you think so? Are you talking from experience? Excuse you. You are not the host now. Let the host do the questioning, huh? I beg. Okay. Sorry, oh. Guys, calm down, calm down. We're learning, okay? Let's chill for some minutes while we go on a break to watch this special documentary on the history of Valentine's Day. Take it away. February is synonymous with love, all thanks to Valentine's Day. It is specially celebrated worldwide every 14th February yearly. People share gifts on Valentine's Day. Some go on dates, parties, dinners, and fun hangouts. Some charity organizations visit the less privileged in society to bless them with relief items such as foodstuff, clothing, toiletries, educational and medical materials, and a lot more. The recognized color codes for the day are white and red. But what is the history behind this day? Who started it, and in what year was it initiated? In the olden days of the Roman Catholic era, three men considered to be saints and martyrs, all bearing the name Valentine, lived in a particular community. The community was controlled by the Roman Empire. From popular records, there are three most common versions. The first version. Although other saints also lived in that era who also bore Valentine, the Roman Catholic Church only identified three saints with the name. In one historical account, one of the saints, Valentine, who was a priest, had his ministry in the 3rd century. The Roman emperors were the absolute rulers of Rome at the time. Emperor Claudius too was not an exception. He believed that unmarried males would fit perfectly in the Roman army than the married males whose attention and energy were always invested in their families. To encourage enlistment for the army, the emperor abolished marriage for single men. However, Saint Valentine the priest kicked against the law because he felt it was unfair on single men. Unbothered, he joined many couples in matrimony but kept it a secret. Unfortunately, his secret marriage registry was uncovered and the emperor ordered his arrest. Saint Valentine was tried and sentenced to death. The second version. From another source, Saint Valentine, who lived in Tournai and served as a bishop, was the real legend behind Valentine's Day. His own offense was not clear, but stories have it that Emperor Claudius also executed him by decapitation. The third version. In this account, several scholars speculated different narrations. Saint Valentine, one of the three saints, was likely executed because he tried to free incarcerated Christian prisoners in the emperor's regime. The prisoners faced horrifying challenges and torture in prison. Saint Valentine wanted them to regain their freedom. It is not clear when Saint Valentine was imprisoned or why he was jailed, but one witness said while he was behind the Roman bars, he fell in love with one girl. She always visited him when he was incarcerated, and that must have fueled the affection between them. Some sources suggested that the girl's father was the jailer who was supervising Valentine at the time. Saint Valentine wrote a love letter that is signed as "From your Valentine." Then he sent it out from his prison to his secret love. The overall accuracy of these legendary narrations are sketchy, considering the multiple characters with this particular name and with similar experiences. However, one undisputed fact is that Valentine's Day symbolizes these great saints who came out from Europe. They embodied heroism, compassion, and sympathy. People attached romance to the stories and they prioritized intimate relationships on that day, that is, on Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day roots. The three Valentine saints probably died around second week in February AD 270. February 14th was set aside to remember the saints. Scholars pointed out that in the Middle Ages, every 15th February of every year was dedicated to a pagan festival in Rome. But in an effort to override the pagan celebration, the Christians in those days picked 14th February to celebrate Saint Valentine's. The festival was based on Lupercalia, a festival of fertility. The festival centered on the three Roman gods: Faunus, the agricultural god; Romulus and Remus, the original pioneers of the Roman people. By the 5th century, Lupercalia lost its relevance, replaced by Valentine's Day. 14th February was officially endorsed by Pope Gelasius. Several years later, Valentine's Day became known as the Love Day. In the Middle Ages, France and England attributed February 14th as birth copulation period, when birds would cluster for intercourse. This explains the reason Valentine's Day is attached to romance and love. Geoffrey Chaucer, the poet from the England origin, also affirmed this belief when he published a 1375 poem titled Parliament of Fowls. The poem reads: "For this was sent on Saint Valentine's Day, when every fowl cometh bar to choose his mate." Meaning, for this was sent on Saint Valentine's Day, when every bird come there to choose his mate. Valentine's Day fame has grown so widely that all over the world, love is celebrated in every corner. Happy Valentine's Day! Welcome back from that short break, beautiful people. I believe you enjoyed and learned from that documentary. Now, Steve, who do you think benefits more from Valentine's Day? The women. They enjoy it more because we, the men, do the spending and the hard work at the same time. Jemima here mentioned something earlier about men having abundant sex on that day, but she failed to mention that the women also enjoy it, even more than we the men do. She can't deny that. No, she can't. How do you mean? Jemima, women enjoy sex more than men. Men are drained during the activities and many even suffer from extreme back pain. Some have even been reported to encounter cardiac arrest. At the same time, the women would still collect massive gifts and cash because, according to you, they are queens. Yes, of course. Sure, men just came to this earth to suffer for women. That's why we are where we are today. Eve brought Adam the fruit and he suffered most for it. Look at the documentary on Valentine that we just watched earlier. Who were the Valentines? Men. Men died for love and for their people while fighting for freedom. Where were the women in those days? No woman was mentioned in the history. Abba, are you not ashamed of yourselves? Everything is all about men, men, men. They must labor and toil hard to please you women. And yet you will never be graceful. Eh? And look at it. Centuries later, women still have the entitlement mentality that Valentine's Day should be all about them. Abba, Una too do. No, 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 that's not true. A woman was mentioned in the documentary. The jealous daughter. Didn't you listen to that? Come on. Oh, yes, yes, thank you for reminding me. The jealous daughter. But in what concept? Eh? Under what context was she mentioned? She was mentioned as an invisible lover. Was she mentioned as a freedom fighter? Well, sorry if you feel that way, but it's the man's responsibility to take care of a woman's needs. Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on that, Jemima. I really do. But are you saying that women cannot spend on men for Valentine? They can, but not as much as the men should. Like him getting you an iPhone 16 worth about 2 million naira, while you get him a pair of singlets and boxer worth just 3k at Yaba Market or Idumota. Okrika bend down select singlet and boxer worth just 3k, but you'll be expecting iPhone 16 worth 3 million naira. Oops, sorry, but at least she got him something. See, we don't need to deny the obvious. Men cannot do without women, so they must be ready to cater for her financial needs. A woman needs high maintenance, she does. You can't be highly maintained without money. A broke dude has no business having a girlfriend, Steve. Be honest to yourself. A broke dude today will be a rich man tomorrow. Yeah, if he works hard enough for it. Until then, he should stay away from relationships. At the beginning of this show, Jemima, you emphasized on what you want from your man. Tell us, what will you give him in return? What gift will you get for him? Please, that's totally between me and him. You don't seriously expect me to tell you, do you? No, sweetheart, no. Eh, but you could tell us what he would likely get for you based on your demands. Yeah, that's up to me, darling. I'm not mentioning what I have in mind for him. It's my business and my secret. One thing you are missing is the fact that guys are not obligated to take over a girl's financial burden. An exception, though, is if they are married. Even in marriage, there should be limitations. It shouldn't be 100% from the husband. The wife should also take up at least 30%. But if they are not married, spending on his girlfriend should be by choice and not by must. It's not compulsory. Really? Steve, you're not making any sense right now, are you? No, you're not.
No, no, no.
Wait, so now I'm not making sense now, Abby, because
No,
I
no,
said
no.
the truth and it doesn't favor you. I am not making sense.
What truth are you talking about, huh? What truth are you talking about? Oh, Steve, you're a
Of
joker.
course, I'm
You're a
saying the
real
truth.
joker.
I am.
You're just saying nonsense. You're not making any sense.
I'm saying the
Please,
fact.
please.
I'm saying the
Can
truth.
you listen to
Jemima,
yourself? Are
flush
you
your
listening to
system.
yourself at all?
Flush your system of entitlement
Uche,
mentality.
where did you
You
find
depend
this
too
guy?
much on me. You,
He's
you,
not
you
making
ladies of
sense at all.
nowadays,
He's
it's too
not.
much. Work for your own money, Joe. Stop depending on men
Please,
all the time for your
please.
financial needs.
Hey, excuse me.
Okay.
Hold it right there. Hold it right
That's
there,
what
Steve.
all
I'm an
ladies will say.
independent woman, okay? I work
Especially
for my
those who
own money
depend on
and
men
I'm
for their
better off on
money.
my own. But my type is too good for broke guys, so I keep up the
Okay.
broke guys. You feel me?
That's
What's funny?
independent woman indeed. But you cannot
Can
buy a
you
new phone
imagine?
for yourself,
What's funny?
until your boyfriend gives it to you as a Valentine's gift. You'll be stressing innocent guys up and down to feed you, as if your fathers are not also men.
What is this one saying,
What
Steve?
your fathers cannot do
What
for
is he
you,
talking
you'll be
about?
heaping them on innocent men all
Can
around.
you
And when they
imagine
cannot provide them, you call
this?
them broke. You don't have the fear of God. Come on. Independent woman indeed. But you cannot buy a new phone for yourself, until your boyfriend.
Hey, for your
Mm,
information's retards, I don't force any guy
I
to
hear
take care
you.
of me, okay? Once your pocket is flat, stay off my lane and let me zero
Okay,
for better guys. I beg.
the
Huh?
play.
Does my father sleep with me? What are you even saying? Are you even thinking before you talk?
Okay.
Does my father sleep with
The
me?
one
Oh, I
the
mean, my
one
father and
yourself.
my boyfriend or my husband, they play different roles. Stop justifying nonsense. Will I marry my father, or you expect my father to continue feeding me when I'm dating you? Then what is
The
your
one
job?
yourself.
Dream
They
on,
play.
baby. Dream on. You don't have
They
shame,
play. They
seriously.
play.
Uche,
Jemima,
please
they
talk to this
play.
guy. Hey, for your
Guys, calm down. It's okay. It's okay. We are still live and people are watching. Please. So, Steve, let me come to you. Who gives more on Valentine's Day, men or women? The men. Okay. Jemima? But women. Women give their energy, their bodies, their dignities, and even their pride for men. Men only give money which cannot be equated to the pain and the huge sacrifices that women make. Some ladies lose their virginity to men on Valentine's Day. See, let's be realistic. Men were murdered by their fellow men. Look at the documentary. The Emperor of Rome, Claudius, was he not a man? Yet he murdered his fellow men. But you women, you have colonized and monopolized Valentine's Day as if it's your family inheritance. I know many men who paid huge amounts of money to women on Valentine's Day, but the women they spent on still dumped them and went for men who are not even as good as the men they dumped. That's the problem, my dear. That is the problem, not the women's problem. These men get more than their money's worth. If it doesn't worth the effort, they wouldn't make the effort. I'm talking about being dumped by their women. Men also break women's hearts, and your gender is even worse in that heartbreaking department. Be honest to yourself. All right, guys. All right. We have said enough already, and our time is fast spent. We have just a few more minutes to go. But before we round up, I have a final word from a life coach. He's one of my mentors. I really respect and adore this man so much. He's a very good friend of mine. His name is Dr. Victor Akposheri. Let's hear from him, okay? So, engineer, take it away. Hi there, I'm Dr. Victor Akposheri, and I want to talk briefly about Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is a day of love for everyone around you. It's not a day of immorality, frivolous activities, misbehaving with reckless abandon, or messing yourself around. Show love to the poor, to the less privileged, to your church or mosque members, to your family members, and to your friends. Give alms to the beggars or anyone finding it difficult to eat. It's not all about sex and lovers or poverty alleviation. Don't seize the opportunity to enrich yourselves and to gratify your uncontrollable libidos. Stay clean and pure. In reality, Valentine's Day should be like every other day. True love doesn't exist or manifest only on every February 14th. No, it should be daily. It should be a daily task among your loved ones. Lastly, my friends, never forget the God factor. Have a beautiful and itch-free Valentine celebration. I'll talk to you some other time. Bye bye. Thank you, Dr. Akbosheri. I'm deeply touched by those inspirational words, and I want to believe that you, my viewers out there, and my guests here also feel the same way. Do you agree with him, Jemima? Nah, not really. But he has a point about the fact that love should be shown every day and not just on Valentine's Day. All right. What about you, Steve? What's your take on this? I agree with Dr. Akposheri 100%. Love is not about sex and financial extortion, but more about charity and giving. What a nice note to end this show. I want to appreciate my guest today. Jemima, thank you for coming. Anytime, darling. Steve O, I appreciate your time too. Thanks for having me. And it's a wrap on this edition of Uchefied the Clock podcast. Thank you for watching. See you on the next episode. Happy Valentine's Day once again. Love ya.